Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. Now, last episode, I think I should probably spend a minute talking about last episode. So, listen, I've crashed out a few times while playing this game, because this game, while it is a very good game, there are elements to it that are just absolutely rage-inducing, and even at this point it's hard to tell if the things that lead to such rage are like design mistakes or if they're intentionally there just to make people angry. Regardless, every once in a while when the stars align, sometimes what could be an ordinary, manageable source of annoyance morphs into something else entirely. So what happened was, I was gone for a week, for a family thing. There was some fun stuff. The trip itself wasn't bad, but while I was there, I got very, poor quality of sleep because, well, first of all, I landed in Austin, Texas, starting in Toronto, Ontario, where a couple days before I left, the temperature was -20. A couple days into landing into Austin, the temperature was plus 30 degrees Celsius. That is a change of 50 degrees centigrade, Celsius, Kelvin, whatever you want to call it. That completely just destroyed my body's internal thermostat. And so I was going through that thing where you don't know whether you're hot or cold. For about a few minutes, you feel you're really hot. You take your covers off at night, and then within a few minutes, you're so cold. I'm like, I need to put all the covers back on, and so that kept happening for a few days. And then in the last couple of days, we did a road trip to Austin. Road trips are annoying. You're just, well, not annoying. They're exhausting because you're kind of sitting in the same position for multiple hours, not really able to move freely. And then the hotel room that I was staying in Houston had the worst insulation imaginable, right? It was around 27, 28 degrees outside, which is pretty warm for me, right? And the hotel room would warm up very quickly, and then, the air conditioning would turn on via the thermostat, and it would cool the room down very quickly. And it's, to be fair to it, it would cool down the room very quickly, but as soon as the thermostat went off, within, again, a minute and a half, it would be uncomfortably warm again. And this time, it wasn't my body's internal thermostat, it was the actual temperature of the room that kept oscillating. Long story short, for about 8 days, horrible sleep, in addition to the exhaustion of traveling. Then when I got back, my luggage was delayed. It didn't get on the same plane that I was supposed to be on because the Montreal airport sucks. I barely made it to my own connecting flight on time, even though I'm literally just walking through. Anyway, so they give you this thing where you can track your bag, and it landed in Toronto at 9 a.m. At around 2 in the afternoon, it said preparing for delivery, and I basically had to wait until it delivered, and they finally did it at 11 in the evening. No automatic updates. Well, there's some email updates, but a lot of manual checking, right? The website for the delivery company legitimately seemed like a scam website. Like this can't be a real place because of the complete lack of details and phone numbers. But anyway, my luggage did get there eventually, but the point was, I was exhausted, right? And then the next day, working from home, which helped, but not like a holiday or anything, so I still had to get up and like do stuff. I can't just sleep the whole day. After I'm done with work, I'm like, okay, let's record an episode of Siralim, because I need to do it, because it's Monday and the episode goes out Tuesday. Lo and behold, in the end of that episode, the nonsense started happening. Well, in the middle of the episode was when the prelude to the nonsense happened, when we had like 3 rounds in a row of enemies with a percentage chance to avoid damage, which is like, really, that should not exist in any game. Something like that just shouldn't exist in any game. Where, you know, where things are happening that there's nothing that the player can do about them. And yet, some people have suggested complicated, you know, builds using the new one-hit kill things that were implemented, and you can wipe out non-boss enemies even if they have that trait, but it doesn't work in boss battles. So that's a non-starter. So that was one thing that happened in the middle of the episode. And then at the end of the episode, in my very tired state, I think I took the 7 debuff thing for the False God. The problem with the 7 debuff thing is that I think it's up from like 3 debuffs. And there was no reason to push it up, because while with 3 debuffs, it's an interesting thing. Ooh, which debuffs am I going to get? With 7 debuffs, it basically guarantees that you're going to be losing your turns, because there are many debuffs that simply will skip your turn. Like if you're frozen, like if you're snared, if you're sleeping. And if you have multiple of those stacked on top of each other, which will happen if you have 7 debuffs, then it's just, yeah. So that change to the False Gods took it from something that's, you know, high risk but some reward, to like no risk. You're just like replace it with a another like False God rune. Instead of 7 debuffs, just straight up have it say your creatures will skip their first 15 turns in this fight, right? And then see, and then, you know, see how much sense that makes, because that is effectively what it amounts to. Anyway, and again, there are complicated build things you can do to counteract that, but then they wouldn't be useful for anything else, right? Anyway, so then against whoever the False God was, I also made the mistake of putting him at the top of the timeline, which you should never do. And then I died, and then again in the rematch, I misclicked and again picked the same trait, putting it at the top of the timeline. I lost again, and then with 10 days of no sleep behind me, with the frustration of the whole baggage situation, still actively angry from the whole baggage situation, and then this nonsense happened. You can imagine why I got a little more upset than usual. But you know what? Today's a new day, and I'm a new man. Well, I'm not a new man. I'm just a slightly more well-rested man than what I was yesterday. And it's time for us to go in. But before we go in, I just realized I'm missing a whole bunch of these creatures that I need for my resurrection build. Specifically, I got these soul flares, but I also need whites. Specifically, I need dread white. I need 5 of these, and I need 5 reclusive whites. This, in combination with the soul flare stuff, should give us what I need. So, I'm gonna dread white. Yep. Reclusive white. Alright. Let me take a look at my Rune of Prophesize. Alright. Hydronox is on our hit list. 2 treasure chests. creatures is just gonna happen. In fact, summoning those dread whites is gonna help us get this death creature tally finished up, and then we're good. Right, let's roll in. Is there anything else we need to do before that? No gambling. No gambling. Just going in. Just going in. Check our things. We are doing a hunt mission. Perfect. Let's go. Let's go. Take a look at the enemy traits. They don't seem to be that bad. Keyword being seem. And then they're still not that bad. Okay. The enemies weren't stealthily given the stupid damage avoidance thing. Alright. Right, boys. Right, boys. Right, boys. Fewer than 500 chests need to be opened. Every chest I open now, I'm gonna be, well, 500 is it's one of those numbers where 500 out of 50,000, I think, is like 1%. So like we're literally in the last 1%, but it's still a big enough number that it's gonna take a while to reach it. And I don't think there's any easy way to grind it either. Same with the fuck off, dude. Same with the thing of you know, smashing all of these resource nodes and destructible objects. I'm avoiding these spider shrines because they will spawn extra enemies, which I frankly am not interested in fighting. Right. So at this, I mean, because we're gonna be summoning extra enemies anyway, we gotta summon the whites. So let's sort them by race. We gotta summon red white and reclusive white. We're easy. Easy, boys. Alright, come on. Let's go. Let's go. So we need 4 more each of the dread whites and the reclusive whites. I guess we could skip this extra combat in the arachnid nest. I'm also gonna skip these cocoons, because again, they could give us a mimic, which could give us like an extra chest, but I'm not that desperate to be opening a chest that I'm gonna, you know, stoop to that level. Anyway, let's just hit these things. And then, killed you. That is our victory number 91. I'm curious to see if anything happens when you hit level 100. If it at least gives you a different icon on the mastery screen. I'll just explain what I mean. So if we go to mastery, you'll notice that the ones from the arachnid nest have these little stars next to them. They don't even have numbers anymore, because I guess once you hit level 50, the game's like, I'm not doing this anymore. So past 20, the icon changes. Like if you look at the aspect compared to the other ones around it, and a few others have hit 20. Maybe at 30 it'll change, maybe at 25, maybe at 40, yeah, there's that bit of curiosity. So at some point we'll have to come back to the arachnid nest and take our, you know, our mastery up to 100, which is a thing that we'll do. But because I'm not sure it'll even matter, I'll focus on other actual achievements first. Because even if it visually changes anything, there's no achievement tied to it. There's no, like, game content that relies on you reaching a mastery of 100 with any of these creatures. Alright, boys. Where is this? Oh, there it is. Right. Go back to the castle. And get more of these. And get more of these. So now we have 2 each. I guess I don't need both of them, but I'm gonna get both of them anyway. Because one of them we can do via fusion, but one of them we're gonna have to have via artifact slot. Alright. I'm not sure what it summoned, but we need to fight. Well, we do need to find a dumpling. I think he might have summoned a dumpling. I think he might have summoned a dumpling. We'll see. If it's a treasure golem, we'll leave him alone. And again, I should be avoiding the sources of loot. Alright, this realm seems fine. Alright, we already donated. Alright, let's go down here. Geysers is what we need to be hitting. We've already left one behind, so let's hit it. There we go. Another cool couple of chests. Going to that. Alright, boys. No, it was a treasure golem. So where can we find a dumpling? I know you can find treasure golems in either the swamplands or the Feylands. You can find dumplings in the arachnid nest. Is there any place outside of the arachnid nest to find dumplings? I don't think so. So we might be spending a bit of time. And you know what we'll do? You know what we'll do? We'll not worry about the dumplings. We're gonna hope that we find a dumpling just naturally, because our chance to find dumplings and treasure golems should be fairly high. So maybe we'll just nice buried treasure. Maybe we'll try and wing it a little, see if we can find a dumpling naturally. Right, we do need to hit this treasure chest, this buried treasure pretty quickly. And more treasure golem spawn chance, which is not what we need. Another geyser, which is what we need. Nothing. Oh god, come on! Another man. Oh, and he gave me garbage. And he gave me... As his final action in life, his revenge was to give me a piece of garbage that I now need to sell. Alright. There's the geezer. Alright. Take out these dudes. Oh my god, no, stop it. Okay. And I need to summon more Dread Whites and Reclusive Whites. Have I found the candle? I have not found the candle. Okay. Alright. Alright, come on. Come on, let's do this. Nothing there. Fine. It's fine. There's the very treasure that we need. Dread White, Reclusive White coming up. One of each. One of each. Dread White ready. That's more Dread Whites. That's more Dread Whites. That's even more Dread Whites. Okay. All of the... Okay. Come on, dude. Just give me one... Are you serious right now, dude? There we go. There we go. Go back home. Summon our dudes. That's number 3. That's number 3. Next. Yeah, let's just go forward. Again, hoping that we find it. We get sent back to the exact same realm. Why don't we? I didn't get rid of my nether stones. Well, I remember their rarities. It's 172 and 247. Okay. Alright. We gotta kill Void Lords, which is a thing that I can do. There's one of them. Yeah, okay. Prophecy tasks getting completed. Sure. Alright. Well, let's get these summoned. Red, white. Reclusive white. Smash some stuff up. Alright. Go up and around. Alright. Do we need Riddle Dwarves? We don't, so you can fuck off. Let's kill you. Throw open another couple of chests. Why don't we? Alright. Alright. More summons are ready. Alright. Alright. 19 with you. Oop, I shouldn't have done that. I'm trying to avoid enemies as much as I can, but it's not really easy to do in open areas. Alright, come on, people. Let's stay focused. Alright. Oh, that's another treasure. Man, come on. That's another treasure golem. Another treasure golem. Okay, come on. Game, you gotta work with me here, man. Okay. Now it's a little bit annoying because those guys are very tanky. Do we care about the Goblet of Trials? We don't. So just let them be. Alright. Let's take a look around, see if there's anything else we can get. A couple things smashed up is fine. So let's head home, get rid of those nether stones, summon those creatures, can go to another realm. Okay. It's 172 and it's 247. There's one more. Okay. Alright, get these. These are the fourth ones. Alright, that's done. Alright, next on the agenda, looks fine. We got another boss to take out, and I think we're gonna do this in the arachnid nest because I want to get this. This dumpling taken care of. Or at least raise our chances of getting this dumpling. There's a chance for a dumpling to be in the realm normally. Treasure is nice. There's a chance for a dumpling to be in the realm normally. Plus, these cocoons and these green pools of ichor all have chances of spawning a dumpling as well. Let me also take a look at my... Yeah, now my creature's in the correct order. What? Getting a cool card from that guy. Don't really care about cards anymore, but whatever, right? Alright. That was weird, but we're done. But we don't need to hit the shrines because they just summon elite creatures, and I'm not in the mood for getting into extracurricular combat. Alright. Guess we are gonna have a bit of progress on the whole let's take all of the arachnid nest creatures to level 100 thing. It's not gonna happen in this episode, obviously, but we'll get substantially closer. Alright. Hit that mimic. And let's go around. Summon our last group of whites. Final dread white. Final reclusive white. Collect our buried treasure. Pilgrimage to Handon as well is great. We do love gaining levels. Okay, let's do you. Alright. Alright. Okay. It's a bit more, for every death card we collect, that's a bit more defense. But, like, just a microscopic amount of defense. I think it's 0.01%. But hey, at least it's something. At least there's some point to getting these duplicate cards. People who haven't completed their card albums are really annoyed that duplicate cards exist. But more specifically, I think they're annoyed that the game displays duplicate cards in the same loot window as new cards. I think if you just changed it so that even if they're in the same window, like visually, maybe a new card could have a star next to it, and duplicate cards couldn't. So that, well, what they're saying is that like the magic of instantly knowing you found something good is being hijacked by drops that aren't actually good, but that are stealing the valor of the actual good drops, right? Like a duplicate card is being given the same visual presentation as a new card, but it's only the new cards that players care about. And so you can't give the same treatment to both of them. They are not the same. I, of course, completed my card album way before 2.0 came out. Maybe not way before, but I think a couple months before 2.0 came out. So, I'm not having the same problem, but I do agree that if I was still collecting cards in this game, I would not want the new cards to be displayed in the same or be given the exact same visual treatment as duplicate cards, right? Or as I wouldn't want duplicate cards to be given the same treatment as new cards. I think you got what I meant. And before we head off to the new realm, I just want to make sure... How do I keep walking here? I need to go to the menagerie. Alright. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think I already had one reclusive white from before, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might have overdone it a wee bit, but we got enough. We got enough? Alright, let's just stay in the arachnid nest until we find this dumpling. Mimic. Alright. Okay, that's pretty good. It gives us a little bit more stardust, but I'm sure we're still far away from being able to do another okay, that's our quest objective. Doing another nether synthesis mission. I'm not gonna well, sure, I'll pick this up. We don't need buried treasure anymore. We need a dumpling, and we need nether realms. I'm surprised that we haven't found a single one. All right. Well, we're about to hit another level. No new blessings to be found. Once again, the Pando Shran lets me down. Twice in a row, it summoned a treasure golem instead of a dumpling. Alright. Listen, let's just get this dumpling spawned in. Let's just get him spawned in, and then... Oh, I didn't need to do that. Did not mean to do that. Let's take out the cockatrice. Master takes you to 92. Oh, we gotta get rid of that. 173. Alright. Oh god, protect. Okay, whatever. Hate those guys? But what are you gonna do? Alright. Go right. Or I think we're done with this round, basically. But doesn't feel like we should be done with it. Alright. There's no dumpling that spawned naturally in the realm. Although, I guess these guys could have spawned one, but, didn't. Alright. Alright, what else? I think we're good. I'm gonna ignore those enemies. Take a quick sweep of the realm. Nothing too fancy, so let's just go immediately back and let's fight Hydronox in this very realm. Because this is a false god. Oh my god, dude. What are they fused with? Okay. Jesus, dude. Okay, extra traits, again, one of the hidden... Extra traits should never be a hidden realm property. This time we can't put him at the top of the timeline because we are going to be snaring this guy. We're going to be snaring this guy. Oh, I forgot to roll a good loot bonus. I forgot to roll a good loot bonus. But luckily we already have 300 plus. Luckily, we already have 300 plus. Oh, attack damage. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. I'll even take the 7 debuffs, but before we hit Hydronox himself, let's make sure we've at least snared him. He's snared, alright. We should be fine. We should be fine. Alright, now entangling roots. Provoke. Still scary. Putting him at the top of putting him at the top of the timeline, and taking 7 debuffs. Let's just take that. Oh god. What? No, that was a good amount. That was a good amount. 6,600 life guild reputation. It's a pretty decent amount. Alright, let's see if we can find anything useful in this realm. I don't think we are gonna have a nether portal, because usually they spawn pretty close to the entrance. We would have seen it by now. But there could be, I don't know, stuff like these that might give us a dumpling. Alright, nothing there. And again, every chest we open brings us one closer to that 50,000 mark. That 50 grand. Okay, let's go up like this. The fuck is this nonsense, dude? Yeah, I mean, honestly, extra traits is another one of those things that doesn't really justify its inclusion in the game. It shouldn't be random extra traits. They should be curated extra traits where the enemies are more like difficult in challenging and sensible ways, and you can get rid of what actually happens when you have extra traits, which is enemies will have a lot of traits that just waste your time and don't really do very much for anybody. Alright. Hit you, I guess. Handoshan, please come through for me. Good job, dude. Good job. Good job, man. Good job, man. Good job, bruh. Okay, listen, let's just go here. Is there nothing there? This dumpling is proving to be a bit of a nuisance, isn't he? Is there any reason to go anywhere else? Nope. Let's head home. Let's set a new bounty. Our new project. Very far away from being able to do that one. I don't know. Let's just start an experiment mission. Let's pick a project at random, and then as for which one of these we're gonna get, let's just take a look at which anointments we are low on from the ones that were previously in the game. So, like for instance, Graveborn, Grove Tender. No, Grove Tender is newly added. Graveborn is already there. Mermaid and Mesmerist, both new. Graveborn, Rune Knight is very low. Rune Knight, Sorcerer, a Toxicologist. And again, not with the Nature Guild. So I think Mindworm has Rune Knight. No. Who has Rune Knight? Lost Construct has Rune Knight. Well, I guess we're doing the Lost freaking Construct. We also see how our reputation level is going up to 164 slowly. Slowly getting better. Alright, was there anything else I needed to do? Yes, there were a couple things I needed to destroy. I think it was, what, like 172, 173? 173? And I think there was another one. 175. 170. Where did this thing come from? 175 and 320. I swear, like, there are phantom nether stones that are just teleporting into my inventory. Alright, boys. Seems fine. Let's go Arachnid Nest. Until I get this dumpling, we are gonna be just furiously farming. Ah, didn't mean to summon another nemesis creature. Alright, come on. Oh, but I think we have to activate Nemesis Shrines. Yeah, we have to. So, scratch that. I did mean to. I did mean to do that. Alright, come on. Now let's quickly do a little bit of running around, trying to get this here dumpling. Okay, boys. Okay, come on. take those guys out. 92 Elf Mastery as well. Take out these agile dudes. Perfect. Opening chests along the way. Alright, treasure chest gives us a mimic. And I think mimics have a chance of spawning treasure golems. I don't want treasure golems. I want dumplings! Hey! We got a new costume. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that as soon as we head back. Alright. Competent Inquisitor 5. But there's 50 more rounds that we gotta do before we get the tier 3 costume. Alright. Honestly, this is still pretty exciting to me, looking at the new costumes that get unlocked. So we will see what we have probably right now, because I don't see anything else useful to do in this realm. I really should just hand in this Rune of Prophecies, shouldn't I? But then there's 2 lines. There are 2 lines that will get completed if we hand it in. And who knows, maybe along the way we'll also get the nether portals. Was there anything to do? Yes, we had to change our costume. Right, let me go to my wardrobe. We're looking for Inquisitor. So this is tier 1. Go from tier 1 to tier 2. Ooh, he's got a bit of a mask. The feather in his cap becomes yellow. He's got a red cloak. The cloak looks a little bit less shabby. And his sword sheath is now like a fancy leather sheath, I guess. Right. It's some pretty cool look. Right? I'm not gonna complain. That's pretty decent. All right. Now, what else do we need to do? I think we just need to keep running the arachnid nest until this gosh darn dumpling shows up. Like, seriously, game? I should have been in the arachnid nest for the entire episode, really. That was my bad. I didn't think this dumpling would cause us this much trouble by, like, refusing to show up. At this point, I'm pretty sure we've gotten just spectacularly unlucky. We should have gotten a dumpling by now. We're probably in the, like, in the, you know, like the bottom 5% of how lucky you can get. Like, each of these cocoons and green pools ostensibly has a 5% chance to spawn a dumpling. We've hit a lot of them and have not found what we are looking for. Normally I'd just leave the buried treasure behind, but we have to do it for the realm quest. Mimic. But no dumpling. Man, seriously? Oh my god, stop. Alright. Okay, there's more chests up there. And here. Alright. Alright, let's hit these pretty quick. Hit this. Oh, where is this buried treasure, dude? Wait, is it in the top left? There it is. And I'm just gonna hold on to all of my missions. I'll hand them in when we hand in this Rune of Prophecies. I'm, at this point, stubbornly committed to getting this dumpling. Because frankly, it should have happened by now. Really should have happened. Alright, let's go home. Is there a reason to go home? I don't think there's a reason to go home. I think we just continue. Another boss, Katarina, less damage dealt, less... It seems fine. Actually a mimic. Well, good for you, I guess. What else? Okay, so this realm seems okay overall. Not great, but okay. Do dumplings not exist in this universe anymore? Is that it? Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? Where are all the... Man. Come on, man. Nothing there. Wow, wow, what a waste of time. Such a large empty space with nothing. Once again, the Pandemonium Shrine lets everybody down by refusing to summon a dumpling. There we go. Finally, man. Finally happened. So let's get this guy killed. Now we can hand in this Rune of Prophecies for 10 lines. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Let's just quickly get Katarina killed. Alright. At least we got it done before the second False God fight. Alright. Alright, people. Go up. Then around. Hit you. Is there any reason to stay here? Not really. I don't really think getting 2 nether portals to spawn is going to be a effective use of our time. So we're just going to head home. We're going to hand in this Rune of Prophecies. We're going to save the game. And see what the next one is. Okay, so far so good. again with the dumpling, but I guess it's doable. Keyforge mission, you know what, this Rune of Prophecies is actually okay. This Rune of Prophecies actually is okay. Except for the 5 riddle dwarves, which is going to be hard to get without some extra help. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. What else are we gonna do? I guess we're staying in the arachnid nest. So I guess start another forge, and let's start. I don't know. What do we need to do? Mission-wise, nothing specific. Oh, we gotta hand in the Goblet of Trials. Let's quickly do that, and then let's roll it till it's back on the Inquisitor. There we go. That was quick. And is there any gambling to do? Doesn't look like there's any gambling. That's rare. That is rare. Alright. That's what we're gonna do. We're not running all of our projects. We're gonna start a new project. Let's start, I don't know. Let's call it a forage mission. 351. Seems fine. Staying in the arachnid nest. Ooh boy, spiderlings is our goal. Top of the timeline was those guys. Kill these dudes. Feels good. To clear out some space. There's another Dread White that we can summon, but we don't need them. We don't need them anymore. Okay. Just do a bit of that. Do a bit of this. 92 for the leeches. Alright. 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 Let's try and get this second dumpling for the episode. Okay. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Mimic, that's fine. That's a treasure golem. That's not what we need. The RNG in the game is trolling us pretty hard. Oh, but we got our dumpling. We did it, boys. I can stop running the arachnid nest. Okay. Alright. Five more favor, that's fine. Alright. Avoid the spider shrines. Is there a reason to stay? Is there a reason to stay in this realm? I'm thinking no. Let's just quickly take a peek, see that there's nothing there. Is there a reason to head home? I don't think so. So I think we're just gonna go to a new realm. A new realm seems fine. Cast 11 times, whatever. We don't care. We're gonna do random rounds. Alright. Yeah, this realm seems like it's okay so far, but looks can be deceiving. So, let us be on the lookout. I mean, I guess this realm doesn't really have that many annoying things other than salamanders, but we've got the salamanders dealt with via silencing them. But that doesn't work in realms where enemies are resistant to debuffs. So salamanders are always gonna be nuisances. Oh yeah, we do need you. Astral Gallery is Muse, right? A bit of progress towards the next Rune of Prophecies is nice. Alright. Alright, boys. Make offerings. Get favor. Alright. Alright, come on. Alright, what do we got to do? We just gotta finish this realm quest, and then I'm pretty sure the next... Hang on a second. Do you see that? In the top left corner. It's hard to see. There's one square that is more brightly lit up. That's gotta be... Is that a weather effect? You see it, right? I'll show you because it is pretty faint. You know what? I'll highlight it in the video itself. Let me just timestamp this for myself. It's around at the 1 hour, 3 minute mark. That's weird, man. That's weird. Stop being weird, game. We're almost at the end of a decent episode. I don't want you to, like... Just don't be weird, man. Is my only request, because we're almost done. Hit that. Hit this. Yoink that. Grab this. We're done. There's one more chest that I'll quickly yoink. There we go. Next. I don't think there's any reason to head home, so we're gonna head to the next realm. This time I will remember to roll a good item bonus. $399. Acceptable. Alright. We cannot put the Lost Construct at the top of the timeline because I'm pretty sure he has instant kill mechanics. We can, however, make him immune to attack damage. And We can take that. Oh my god. These guys are annoying. What are they fused with? They're fused with sins, and I hope that's not going to be a problem. Well, the False God doesn't have fusions. Yeah, we're not going to do this. False God doesn't have fusions. Oh, you know what I should have been doing? I should have been summoning enemies. Candle enemies. So what sort of things we need? A lot of death creatures. A lot of sorcery. A lot of... we'll do sorcery, chaos, death. Alright. Alright. Sorcery, chaos, death. And then we'll get it done that way. We can take the 7 debuffs. We will give him a chance to avoid damage. Alright. That's a horrible creature for us to have summoned if it's gonna waste our time like this. Yeah, this is not good. I picked the wrong creature. So what specifically was the problem? After an enemy gains stats, right, we gain a lot of stats at the start of combat. Right, well. What am I gonna take? You know, let's just take Archaic War Spear, seems pretty useful. Heaping Treasure gives us garbage and 7,000 Life Guild reputation. And we're slowly building up the Life Guild. The Life Guild rep. Ugh. Extra chests is fine with me. Alright, more dupe cards. And I'm actually just gonna summon more chaos creatures, but let's just take that one. How many more creatures do we need to kill? Oh, I also need to kill Generos. I'll do that when I get home. 9 more I need to kill. And there are 20 summoned creatures in this realm. I could have summoned some death creatures, but I think because of the realm that we're in, we're just gonna get lots of death creatures killed anyway. Alright. Yoink that. What a waste of a segment of the map. Do we care about we do care about buried. In fact, 4 buried treasures is going to be actually pretty tough to get. But we do get another riddle dwarf as well. Man, I'm pretty sure wisps are sorcery, but they could, like, they could be life. Yeah, you shouldn't ask about with more than 1,500 creatures in the game. You shouldn't be asking the player to memorize every single creature type. Come on, man. This is just not fair. Like, everybody who plays the game will look stuff up. There are people that have compiled compilations of all of the Riddle Dwarf answers, which essentially amounts to compilations of every single class for every single creature and every single spell. Seer is... life? Okay, I would have gotten that wrong. So at least we got that sorted. Alright. Alright. Yep. Should not have summoned those guys. Pando Shrine is not needed, but I'll hit it anyway. Alright. Go up and around. Ooh, let's hit this thing. Ah, damn it. Should not have summoned these guys. Surely we're getting close to finishing. Yeah, that's done. Okay. So now we gotta take out Generos, and then we'll end the episode. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Let's head home. Take out Generos. And let's call it good. Okay. Now then, let's reflect on what was accomplished this episode. We basically, all we did was we got some quests done as the Inquisitor, and we got to see what the Tier 2 Inquisitor costume looked like for completing the 50 realm quests. Other than that, we also, I think, are done with, we're done with... Why do I keep walking here? I need to go to the menagerie. We're done with farming creatures for my resurrection grinding build, which next episode we're gonna try out what that looks like. We might not completely finish resurrections next episode, but we'll get a sense of what it feels like. Get a sense of what it feels like. And whether my calculations are even correct. Because there's a good chance I've botched it, but we'll figure that out. Next, we want to go to want to see what sort of progress we made on our different achievements. So let's go to our oh my god, let's go to our achievements. Go to our character achievements. We again got another Inquisitor thing done. After the Inquisitor, we'll, move on to the Mermaid, and again, one by one, we'll get all of these things done. We also handed in one Rune of Prophecies worth 10 lines, so that was a nice little bit of progress there. And let's take a look at creature parts, 6.64. I think maybe we went up by another 1,000th of what we need. So that's nice. And then finally our realm achievements. These are the big ones because there's a few of these that we are in the very late stages for. Homewrecker, fewer than 4,000 destructible objects remain, and we're about halfway for resource nodes. So, I mean, it felt like it would never get done, but we're actually getting pretty close. And as for treasure chests, we just need 322 more of them. I think we're getting maybe like 80 to 100 per episode, so we're actually pretty close to finishing that. And then obviously there are some much longer quests for going to a lot of realms and successfully completing those realm quests. Those ones you can speed grind, but these other ones for manually doing things like opening treasure chests and collecting resource nodes, these ones are going to be like, we just got to get them done and then just get them done. But yeah, that is all for this episode. Next episode, we're going to be trying something different. Like I said, we're going to be trying for another type of achievement, one of the battle achievements, one of the few battle achievements that remains. Well, basically, there are two main ones. The minion one is going to be really easy to get. I keep saying that it might end up being harder than I think it is, but basically all you want to do is you want to add some minion generating spell and give it to your creatures, and then maybe have it be like upon healing or upon something it'll cast automatically, or even have it be one of the top 5 spells for my mimics. Get rid of, I don't know, like blank slate on a couple of them. But I think there are other ways of gaining minions, so we're not gonna be too worried about that. Next episode is gonna be all about resurrections, and I think it's time to call this one good. An hour and 17 minutes is a great amount of time. Nice brisk pace for the episode. Exactly how I like it. Ooh, well, before I forget, let's set a new false god bounty. I think we'll be hitting the lost construct a few times. You can also see that our bonuses are up to 5.8% apiece for reduced attack spell damage, and then more healing, which hopefully should help our blight damage, but that's something we'll test out when the bonus is a little bit bigger, like 20-30%, and then we'll see if we notice the difference. Anyway, that is going to be all for this one. Hope you enjoyed it, and until the next time, take care.